Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Final Fantasy Brave Exvius review, and I apologize for the removal of the video before this, but there were some changes that needed to be made because the wiki was not written correctly, so it was kind of confusing. I mentioned things that don't actually exist on these units, so I removed the whole thing, and we're just doing this from scratch. So let's get into it very quickly here. There's not much else to talk about, really, because we're going to get into the main brunt of it all. 200% Stone Killer, 100% Machine Killer, pretty decent. Triple cast because she didn't have it before. 30% damage, 30% Lightning Amp on her Grandis. 400% TDH with a shield, and also 400% TDH standardly. Her normal limit burst did not get changed at all, so it's the same as her 7-star one, which is completely useless. And her super limit burst Protector's Bayonet chaining, which is a new chaining family that will be coming to the global side very soon. With the Coral and Diverti banner, if you're interested in that. And the 130% Lightning Imperil, 35% damage amp, which is just the same as, or it's actually a little bit stronger than her Grant. Of course it should be, considering how you have to get to it. And 100% Machine and Stone Killer buff, and 115 times mod with 50% defense ignore. Now, the problem with this is that she doesn't have a Brave Shift form. That's why I'm not mentioning infinite turns or anything like that. Requires you to wait 5 turns in order to use the Super Limit Burst, by the way. So her rest of her kit is pretty bad, not very useful. The Limit Burst sounds pretty juicy, but you would need to even get, like, yes, her EX3 is bad, because it just all does is fill for Limit Burst, and that does not help you at all getting her Super Limit Burst. Because even if her limit burst is maxed, like if it's full, it still doesn't allow you to use it. So based on how many EX you have, the turn decreases by 1. So if you have EX3, it'll already be quite a ways. I think this is terrible. They're just trying to trick you into getting EX3 or pulling so hard to get EX3 on Neovision bases, for example. I think it's really terrible. It's not as bad as the crowns, because you don't need to go EX3. You don't even need to use these units at all, because we got tons of units to use. So you don't even need to go to EX3. I wouldn't. So honestly, she is really bad besides her limit burst, which you have to wait several turns to use. Even if you go to EX3, you still have to wait 2 turns, I believe. You're doing mediocre chaining in the meantime, and you get 1 turn where you get to use a really awesome chaining move. Not worth it. So I'm gonna go 7.5 for Queen. I don't think she's very good. I think she's very awful, but can't really expect much, I guess, at this point. No Brave Shift form. I just want to mention again, she does not have a Brave Shift form. It's really ridiculous, but hey, it is what it is. Next, Machina. Or Machina, I'm pretty sure it's Machina. He has a 30% fire amp in his Grandis ability. He has 150% true to will. He has a 6 times cap twice. He has it twice. Just saying, he has it twice. It's kind of hilarious because Alan forgot that they gave it to him already in his enhancements apparently. So that's kind of silly. 200% plant killer, 100% machine killer, 500 flat attack, which that's already a pretty good buff over Queen, and that does not require you to go to any EX to get that. He just gets it. And his super limit burst is also Protector's Bayonet, 130% Fire Imperial Plant Machine Killers, 100% mod increase to all abilities besides his limit burst, and apparently that can go over to like 200 something mod with one of his abilities, and also 230 times fire mod. Pretty good, a lot better than Queen. But remember, guys, you still need to go to EX3 to get that duration decrease, and when you have to use that super limit burst, and you get to use it 1 time only, and you're back to waiting again. So EX3 buff is definitely a trap on multiple fronts. and then Vision Awakening, it's not even really worth it because you have to use a red pearl to get to them to that. And doesn't it help getting them instantly filled to Lunar Burst, like Super Lunar Burst? So even though they have the instant fill passive, it doesn't, like I mentioned, it doesn't help them get that. You still have to wait. So I'm gonna go 8 out of 10. His Lunar Burst is much stronger, and during the downtime of his Lunar Burst, you're still being able to do over 100 times chain, something like that, like 200 something chain, because that modifier increase lasts for 4 turns. So it's quite good. So 8 out of 10 for that. And next we'll be going for Kurasame. And look at the thing, look at the S-Teamer there. Look at the problem that they are giving to you. They made the problem with Vincent. Here's the solution that we also made ourselves. Also, by the way, Wildcard Ace's S-Teamer got changed to Death Resist as well. So there's that. Yeah, so anyways, 200% attack and magic TDH. I checked, he only has 200% of both, not 400% this time, because I guess it would be too easy. 5 times cap, so basically you need Cloud's it's the same as Sephiroth, you need Cloud's S-Teamer, the new one, the newest one, and also light, indestructible light on him as well at all times to do more damage. So he's the same problem with Sephiroth. 150% human killer, 100% dragon killer, 200% machine killer, and 200% LB damage buff, which is decent. His normal level burst, which is still okay. This is why he's not the worst in the banner, because his base level burst is pretty strong as a chaining move. Protector's Bayonet as well. 130% ice and peril, 25% damage amp for ice. 150% limit burst damage buff, and 150 times mod. And then as super limit burst, it becomes a one-hit finisher of 130% ice and peril. It's the same, but now it's 10% more ice amp of 35%, and he also gets 100% human machine killer and also 300 times mod. And he's 5 turns to use that limit burst unless you go to EX3. That means you have to pull quite a bit to get that to that point. Does not have a 300% attack and magic buff, only 280, and no hybrid attacks despite having magic TDH, which basically means that you are stuck to using is like Ice Chaos Wave Awakened, which, like, why would you ever use that? No. So he's basically a physical attacker, but they just didn't want to make him hybrid because hybrids are hated on the JP side. I've mentioned this many times. So he's a lot better than the other two, but should be expected because he's a Vision base. But I don't like the Super Limit Burst thing. He's weaker, numerically he's weaker than Sephiroth. Sephiroth will be able to use more Limit Burst in terms of being a finisher than he'll ever be able to do, because he still has to wait 3 turns or so, right? No, 2 turns. He still has to wait 2 turns to use his finisher. Sephiroth doesn't have to wait at all, because you can just use it. You can just use someone to fill up his Limit Burst on your team, so you don't even need to wait. I don't think that the Super Limit Burst thing is good. I think that it's a bad idea. I was hoping that I was going to die after Cyan, but apparently it's still here to stay. So I can't recommend pulling in this banner. I'll give him an 8.5 out of 10. He is unique. At least he has chaining and finishing at the same time. That's the only thing he's got going for him, because he has almost no moves. He has a dark chain and he has an ice chain, and that's about it. And then his Rand's ability, and that's about it. So I really don't like that we're going down this road. It really feels like this game is dying. And I know I say this almost every video now, and you can call me negative if you want, but I don't like the way this game is going. These units were made months in advance, and it just feels like they're being lazy. It just feels lazy to me. Can't be doing this. You have to, if you're gonna pull out a Vision unit, you gotta make them a little more interesting than this. So, what do you guys think in the comment section down below? Am I right? Am I wrong? Let me in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll hope to see you in the very next video. I wanted to make the rain video, and I wanted to make Blue Mage Fina video when I got home, but apparently I had to make this instead because I made some errors. So I don't know if I'm able to put that out. They got changed as well, but we're not going to talk about it in this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.